That was really cool. I'm going to lighten it up. So when I was 10 years old, I decided that I wanted to be a deep sea treasure hunter. I was going to go to the bottom of the ocean. I was going to find sunken galleons, pirates' gold. That was going to be my life. My mother didn't agree. And she said that the deepest I could go was the bottom of the Quarryville American Legion pool, 12 feet. So I tried to turn lemons into lemonade. I found 5 other guys, misfits like me, and we decided to form a group. And we called ourselves the Scuba Club of Underwater Members, or SCUM for short. I thought then, as I think now, it was clever and ironic. The bullies thought we'd handed them a present because they were like, well, now we know what to call you guys. But SCUM took to the water looking for treasure. Now, this story happens in the early 80s. This is before club soccer, club volleyball, club baseball. So some of you might remember when the community swimming pool was literally boiling with children. The children would be in the pool and they'd be jumping up and down because there was no room for us to even move from side to side. The pools would get so full that they would remove the diving well rope, and those of us who were strong swimmers would actually go out there. And underneath all of this, SCUM was looking for treasure in the form of loose change. Now, on a good day, I could bring in $1.25. If you account for inflation, that's $3.10 in today's figures. If you've ever been to a community swimming pool snack bar, you know $3.10, it goes a long way. Well, that year it was the 4th of July, and SCUM was ready to do business. And we were all over that pool looking for money. We're wrestling our way in and around the children. And I'm around the side of the pool when I feel something tugging on my snorkel. And I look up, and it's Barry. Now, Barry was the assistant manager of the pool. He was a lifeguard. He was all of 17, which meant in this Lord of Flies-esque theme park, he was the god. And Barry's looking down at me, and he says, come here. Now, I don't know if you've ever been in flippers in a community pool, but you got to go up the ladder backwards. Okay? I go over to Barry, and I realize that Barry's standing with someone, and she is a beautiful girl/woman. I was 10, and I didn't know how old she was, but I knew when I got to be that age, I was definitely into girls. And Barry looks at the girl, and he says, tell him. And she goes, I lost my grandmother's ring. I put on suntan lotion, and I dove in the pool, and it's gone. Can you help? And Barry looks at me and goes, go find it. So I go over to the side of the pool, splash in backwards. You've seen scuba divers. That's the way we do it. And I get my SCUM buddies, and we're going all around the pool, and we're looking for this ring. But I realized when you're looking for something specific in a pool, I realized that we weren't really treasure hunters. We were typically used to being scavengers, and now we were trying to find a specific little ring. And not only that, but like when I'd gone in the pool, I asked her, I said, well, what does your ring look like? As if that would help me, as if I was able to discern it from all the other rings. But we get in the water, and we're trying to move around, and kids' elbows are slamming into my back, and there's water going into my snorkel, and I'm thinking, this isn't gonna work. And I get out of the pool, I get out backwards on the ladder, I go over to Barry, and I'm like, Barry, I got my mask on, Barry, you need to clear the pool. And Barry looks at me with his aviators, and he's like, what? I said, Barry, we can't do it. You got to clear the pool. And Barry looked at me like I was ridiculous. But then the girl, she did a magic trick. She touched his arm. And she goes, please? And Barry looks at her, and his whistle comes up. And he bleats it really, really loud. And it was like Poseidon was holding up a trident. The sea of children stopped. And Barry goes, SCUM swim. And the kids in the water groaned. They were turning the pool on the 4th of July over to SCUM. So, once again, back into the pool. I go backwards. That's how you do it when you're a scuba diver. SCUM divides the pool. Now, have any of you ever been to the bottom of the ocean? Well, I haven't, but I've been to the bottom of the Quarryville American Legion pool. And what happened was amazing. The Band-Aids floated to the bottom. The hair ties with little pieces of hair in them. They're floating like beautiful seagrass. And we're looking all around, and there it is. It's the ring. And I get out of the pool backwards on the ladder, and I go over to the girl woman, and I put it in her hand. And the next thing I know, I'm getting the wettest, most suntanny, coconutty hug I have ever gotten. And I look at Barry, and behind the aviators, nothing, but his lips curl into a small smile. And he blows his whistle, and he goes, "All swim!" And suddenly there's 700 cannonballs and kids cheering. And I felt at that moment they were all cheering for me.